Here are 10 fun facts about sleeping. Number 10. When you are snoring, you can't dream. Number 9. On average, a person spends nearly 6 years dreaming during sleep. 6 years dreaming during sleep. 6 years dreaming during sleep.
Fun facts. Me and one of my homies was chopping it up the other day about business. And he brought up something, because usually if you got a cat who understands money, then your ideas of what makes sense is logically shit that don't make money. So of course we can go through anything, whether it be politics, religion, or whatever the fuck is going on today, and we can kind of break that shit down and say, the reason why this motherfucker ain't as effective, or he shouldn't be followed, or he shouldn't be listened to, is because all he's spewing is fun facts. That's what my homie brought up. He called it fun facts. He said, you know, there's no foundation behind it. There's nothing of any real knowledge or resource. He's just giving you the basic shit that everybody else knows, and since most motherfuckers are dumb, and they just think as long as they don't know themselves, so they just think if they keep hearing these buzzwords like, you know, somebody who's educated who goes to college will make $45,000 more over his lifetime than someone who didn't go to college. You know, 4 out of 5 black people choose Trident. 3 out of 4 Latinos only eat you know, beans and rice and maybe tacos for their traditional meal. It's just a whole bunch of dumb shit, and y'all just keep, yeah, that's it. Because as soon as you hear a fun fact, homie, you think he must be on the right track. When I wrote $1.15, it wasn't a whole bunch of fun facts. It was really just the truth. It was a blueprint. That's because I was trying to make sure you cats had something to do, not something to hear. Not something to say, not no inspiration, but you know, some information. It was a big difference. It was done on purpose. I didn't want to be one of those cats who wrote a snappy title to a book, and of course the book never did anything for it. So when me and my homie chopping it up about fun facts, we kind of broke down a lot of cats that we see in this game. And we were talking about why they shouldn't be followed and why they shouldn't, you know what I mean, be listened to. And the major thing he was floating on was that, look, there's a foundation. I'm sure the cat who taught him gave him the foundation. He turned around and only giving people fun facts about what really went down. So if he's talking about black history, you only know about Kemet and Kush and the empire, but you don't know all the rest, and he don't know all the rest, so he can't give you all the rest. If we talking about business, we talking about money, there's no blueprint to the money. There's just, you know, let's start trading stocks and we should do that, but there's no blueprint. You know, I'm not sure if the cat knows how to do the blueprint or even has the blueprint himself, but without that blueprint, without that foundation, all they are giving you is the same shit that the blind man hears about anyway. And that is, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, it might be a platypus, motherfucker, but nobody ever explained game to you. So without that foundation, most of us are lost listening to fun facts. I'll give you a good example. A lot of black people, a lot of black preachers don't like Joel Osteen, right? Because Joel Osteen is a positive preacher or whatever the white man is. And I don't have no real issue with him because I don't listen to the motherfucker anyway. But they get mad at him because they think he's not preaching the full gospel, that he's doing positivity preaching. In other words, he's giving you fun facts. Now, I don't know him, all right? And I don't listen to Joel Osteen, so I don't want to shit on a man I don't know. But I can understand why somebody would get mad at a motherfucker who only spit fun facts. So when I look at other people who come into this chip game and talk about chips, I'm not the authority on it. I'm not the one that put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. Homie, I don't give a fuck if you ever get on a motherfucker, to be honest with you. But it's something that I realize that I have to dig a little bit deeper. So I always dig from my experiences. You don't hear too much of my shit come from somebody else. So I dig from my experiences of what I lived and what I know and what I'm currently doing. How to add on to this, how to flip this, how to introduce this to Alibaba. Not AliExpress, Alibaba. And how to do this and why you shouldn't do that. Because I'm going through it. So the foundation for what I speak is coming from my own life. Not from what I think Dame Dash would say or somebody else would say. You understand what I mean? You getting it from the God's mouth, because I ain't no horse, so I ain't gonna say no horse's mouth shit. But the thing is, fun facts is what rules today, young homie. When you have homies outside talking about the news, they not really investigating shit. They just saying whatever CNN or NPR or MSNBC or, you know, BBC or wherever the fuck they get their news from, whatever division of white people they get their news. They just repeating what a motherfucker said. You won't find too many brothers out here who are in depth, who really know what they talking about, who experimented with it, who combine the chemicals to do chemistry. You understand what I'm saying? You got people out here doing all kind of shit, and it's good because entertainment, don't get it twisted, entertainment doesn't have to be thorough. But once you have an entertaining, thorough person, that motherfucker right there is elevated to a new level. God status, sage status, genius status, right? So it's that brother who always talk about the stars and everything, and he work at the Natural History Museum. I forgot the brother's name. But you know, everybody knows he's smart, plus he got a little bit of entertainment to it. So now you learned about supernovas and everything from a very smart, you understand what I'm saying, entertaining brother, right? He gonna tell you what he knows. So it's a combination, but that's rare. So as a result of the world being filled with fun facts, that's what you motherfuckers know. That's what you accept as legit. Because, you know, it's one of those things, you know what I mean? Like, I forgot what it was in Sugar Hill, the movie Sugar Hill, when Wesley Snipes' brother come along and say, man, that motherfucker got that legit aroma, you know what I'm saying? He ain't talking like he's full of shit. In other words, he's saying the right words that will make you think the motherfucker is legit. But he ain't legit. He just spitting fun facts. Now, the problem with that, brother, is that when you wake up in the morning and you feel with these fun facts, like in business, you know you need a business card, because if people don't know you have a card, they don't know what the fuck you do, but you don't even got a business yet. So why the fuck would you get a card before the business? I don't know, but sounds right. You should get a card. And then you know what you should do? You should dress for success, because the way you dress gives you success. That don't make no goddamn sense either. You understand what I'm saying? Why would you spend hundreds of dollars on suits when you can spend hundreds of dollars on your motherfucking product? If your product sell, you'll buy suits, right? But you know, brother, if you know people who go to college and on average make over $1 million more than people who don't go to college, and yeah, because you know what, that motherfucker got a job at least making $30,000, and your ass who didn't go to college didn't even come up with a business. You just stopped elevating. That got nothing to do with that goddamn college. It got everything to do with the fact that most of the brothers who didn't keep going to college, that have a high school education, accept lower pay, and don't come up with a hustle. It got nothing to do with going to college. They should do one that says most people who start a business make 10 million times more than the motherfucker who just went to college. That would be a fun fact. But they don't want to put that one out there, because that one would stop your ass from going to college, wouldn't it? It would make you think about being an entrepreneur, wouldn't it? It would make you think, fuck all this shit, I'm wasting my time. I might as well be outside hustling, wouldn't it? But that's not the game the devil wants you to have, so they tell you the ones they like. So all these fun facts, Tony, you know that when you go to church, right, the majority of churches are filled with fun facts. Case in point, there are people in your family that have been going to church for 30, 40, 50 years, every Sunday. And they have been taught the Bible 100 times, 1 million times. And them motherfuckers still don't know. Now, either I don't want to put down your kin, homie, maybe they stupid, or maybe that motherfucker who preaching ain't teaching. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't a builder of men. He a tiller of men. You understand what I'm saying? All he doing is giving you bullshit, turning over the land, flipping it again and saying, hey, we gonna flip it again. He ain't actually cultivating nothing. So all these things are filled with all these fun facts, right? And that's what you are left for the average brother out here to build with. You know, I heard that we need to get this. From who? Man, you know that motherfucker said this. The inability of you, young brother, to go out here and dig a little bit deeper than what the devil has provided for the people who don't know that they speak on behalf of the devil when they're talking about money and growth and building and doing for self is the reason why you won't do well. I'd rather you go out and say, fuck it, this is the way Freeman is going to say the shit. That's what I do. Nobody can dispute that. I'm not coming with a whole bunch of fun facts. I'm telling you, I went here, I did this is the way the shit looks, bang. I did this. My opinion of your hustle is this. You need to be this, this, and this. Right? And if I don't know, what do I say? I don't know what the hell that is, but if you want to come from a straight angle pushing, I'm going to give you the pattern that you need to go after when you're going after business. You know what I'm saying? Talk money first. You understand what I'm saying? Show some results. Make them feel that, and cut your prices real low so motherfuckers will give you the money to take a chance, and you can always raise the price. You can do that in any game we talking about, that same simple plan. But when it comes to fun facts, man, this is the reason why a lot of people will fail. This is the way a lot of you cats think you're informed, but you're misinformed. You think you're educated, but you're miseducated. You're uneducated. Because what the fuck you know comes from people who never gave you the foundation nor the truth or the real blueprint to their hustle or to what's going on. Everything you learn is theory. Theory, unapplied, unapproved theory. And then when I come along, or other cats who run in the same vein that I do, then you know that motherfucker, he from Compton. And you know why he ain't a lawyer then. And why he ain't this and shit. And why he ain't that. And if he was really real, he would be doing seminars and shit. He'd be handing out cupcakes and shit. He'd be giving up the 10-step plan to hustle if Freeman was really a hustler. Now, I know ain't no businessman coming out giving no goddamn 10-step plan. And I know any motherfucker who go out on the road trying to sell the hustle must be the devil in the flesh. Because there is no rules to this, and this is just a game we come up in, and there's just patterns and angles. Same homie who gave me the fun fact thing brought up another thing. He said, hey Freeman, you know what a genius is? A genius is someone who can recognize patterns. You know what I mean? And that's all a genius is. He's a code cracker. He can look at something and see patterns and understand it. And I said, yeah, sure. And he said, well, the way you talk sometimes, that's why people think you're real smart. And he said, you recognize patterns. You see a way of breaking things down. Not everybody sees it. So that makes you kind of a genius. Now, that also makes it look like if I'm breaking down a pattern, that means I'm getting to the root of what the thing actually is by breaking down a pattern. Not by telling you that it's Pythagorean theorem, which is based off some abstract that doesn't apply to what you and I do. Newton's law of hierarchy, the hierarchy of needs, the food pyramid, and all this other shit that you don't have no foundation for to understand. But it sounds smart. Because what do they do? They put it in the book. And what does your brother go out there and do? He goes out and masters their book. And what does he come back to the neighborhood and tell us? The shit the devil gave to him in the first place, with no interpretation, with no understanding, with no resource, with no foundation to give you to build with. When I wrote $1.15, there's a reason why I wrote it a certain way. It's because I gave you the foundation of what. Now, every time I talk, I try to give you the foundation to what we're doing. Even this fun fact shit is driving at the foundation of what is missing on why you couldn't grow from listening to these motherfuckers who have no fucking idea. Preachers of hustle. Preachers of history. Preachers of Jesus. Preachers, period. They didn't call them teachers, did they? They didn't give them a title which carries a little bit more weight to them. Because a teacher could make you could fail. If I'm an ineffective teacher, if you didn't understand what I'm saying, I would be a failure as a teacher. So the devil gave him another name, a preacher, a motivational speaker, a motherfucker who pump up Mayweather before he comes. The champ is here. All them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Just saying shit loud, making people feel good, making you feel like I can go take on the world because I heard Freeman's a motivational speaker, and I told you that's an insult to what I do. They ever call me a motivational speaker. If you are motivated, you motivated by the hustle, by the real, by the raw. You understand what I'm saying? You hustle, you inspired by eating raw sugar, the sugar cane. That's what I'm trying to do. You over here chewing the sugar cane. I ain't giving you no bleach shit, that white shit, that shit that gives you diabetes. You dig? The foundation is what you miss when you only concentrate on fun facts. Your ignorance is what you sound like when your ass only spewing out fun facts. In one of my earlier podcasts, way in the back, I call somebody banal. B-A-N-A-L. Look it up. That means that the motherfuckers are unoriginal and they always repeat what other people have said. Banality. These what these motherfuckers are. I choose to call them preachers because you don't learn anything. You learn some shit that everybody else come. If you ever been to the hood, man, if y'all don't have to go, all right? If y'all not from it, it's not a place to visit. It ain't Disneyland. But every brother in the hood know these little fun facts. You know what I'm saying? You know, the game, Freeman, is about supply and demand. It is, homie, but let's dig into that. But all I know is that it's supply and demand. Supply and demand of what, brother? What of what? Buy low and sell high, Freeman. Yeah, that's true, man. But what are we buying low that we can sell high? What are we doing? See, and I don't like challenging brothers on the low levels because I don't want to get into a fight, nor do I want to embarrass a cat when I'm trying to help him to have a bigger level of understanding into these shit. Why would I do that to my own brother? I wouldn't do that. But this whole podcast is letting you know that you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. You understand what I'm saying? Because you aren't learning from them. I always know that there's 100 other cats who talking money and all this other shit, and white people talking money, and they talking they shit, ask yourself all the time, are you learning anything from it? I mean learning something that you can eat off of. You understand what I mean? Not learning something where you can smile. One of my brothers always send me a text message about something he saw or something that somebody said that I think is really relevant. Kind of a quick, something like, the rebel's last refuge, or the rebellious last refuge is entrepreneurship. And I text back, yep, that's true. The last thing a rebellious person can be is to start his own. It is. That's what a rebellious person is. So I'm cool with receiving them sometimes, but if a motherfucker came and made a whole big deal trying to let me know, hey Freeman, I'm smart because I said what Helen Keller said, and I said what Harriet Tubman said, and I dress in the traditional garb of Africa, and I'm like, hey homie, you can look like a success the same way them bitches that got you to buy them suits, homie, but you ain't, because you don't have no foundation for this shit. It's important that you understand what I'm saying on this podcast, because I probably will never say it again, because I don't really see the need. There's only one lesson a day, or one lesson a week, and that is fun facts. You see them on TV all the time. The news is filled with fun facts. They give you 100 stories, and you don't know why a motherfucker got shot at 6 p.m. They tell you what the weather's going to be, 10 seconds, right? The chance of rain, that 10% chance of rain. Sunny's 85. Have a good motherfucking day, retarded. That's what they doing. Fun fact. Did you know on this date in 1905, somebody got a apple thrown at their motherfucking head? And that was how we learned about gravity. Newton's law of gravity. Got an apple thrown at his motherfucking head. It's the same shit. With no understanding. With no foundation. And this is what they're passing on as intelligent. Right now, when you need something, you go to Google. Because Google has become your resource of information. Because somebody has done all the research for you. And when you let everybody do all this research for you, you're dumb as the goddamn person who just keeps spewing out shit. Freeman, right on, brother. Right on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It don't got no base to it. The shit just something you say. You need to understand this shit, because even what I say needs to be investigated. And what I feel and what I do. I give out a lot of information. See me on other people's podcasts, and I'll say something about business that maybe you don't like about business. And you live in that business. Go ahead and live it, brother. I ain't the goddamn expert, right? But I don't try to spit out fun facts. I try to spit out the bigger pattern of what's going down. So if you throw any business idea to me, I got a basis that I believe all businesses are based off of. And that is, did you buy it for low enough that you could sacrifice to build it, right? Who's the market? Is the market clean? Meaning, who do we got in this market? Right now, weed is considered to be an underground thing. The dispensaries now made it better. A long time ago, only the Mexican homies sold burritos. Chipotle whitened that shit up and made you think it's a gourmet burrito. Same shit the Mexican homies were doing for fucking years. Their whole history have been selling burritos. Okay, that's the other thing. And can we be profitable on the low? Or do I need to be out there like Ronald McDonald? I think about those things with any business I do. How much I buy in, all this shit that I gotta do. But that's because I don't think about no fun facts. So even when I'm criticizing the motherfucker, I'm still going through that same process of saying the shit don't work because of blah, 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 blah. That's a little bit more foundation than most people. Because most of the people that you tell your ideas to is, I don't like it because I don't think it's going to make any money. Why? Because I just don't like it. You got to think, young homie, when you read these books, are you getting fun facts? The reason why I wrote a book and the reason why I continue to write books is because sometimes I get very frustrated that people aren't giving you the raw, aren't giving you the truth. Not getting into the real reasons why we're having these problems. Black people just ain't doing good because we don't come together. That's not really it. You know what I'm saying? We don't vote. We don't want to. The devil's in charge. You don't march in the streets and you don't let people know you're disgusted, because only a baby throws a motherfucking tantrum. A grown man does not. God damn it. Fucking retard way of handling goddamn conflicts. Right? But, we should go out there and we should make our presence known, and we should beg and cry and hold things and sing songs. It's amen, amen, amen. One day the devil's gonna let us in. This motherfucker, what are you doing? So I want you to get past the bullshit, the fun facts of life. I want you to get to where you need to be, and that is, don't listen to them. Listen to them and take that little tidbit and go investigate. But don't be retarded coming out onto the streets spewing these fun facts. It makes you look like you don't know. It makes you sound like a follower. It makes you sound like a dumb motherfucker who never has took one block and put it on top of another block and said, not only is that 2, but I went up a notch. Somebody who can't see in 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions. I want you to get this through your head, because a lot of motherfuckers who claim to be something are spewing fun facts. Get to the resource, get to the foundation of what it was, of all these civilizations, of all these talks about money, and you will build something, and you will be looked upon as God. Next time, partner.